Welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today I'm going to start a series of videos. I want to read all the parts of the Dark Knight's Metal story. It was a 6-issue miniseries, but they had tie-ins, and there's about 26 issues total. So I'm going to try to read about 2 apiece for you all. And as always, if you do like the story, make sure to go out and find the comics. I'm sure there'll be a trade released in a few months of it as well. And this is in my preferred reading order, not the on-sale release of them, as you'll soon see as we go through, but I feel the ordering I have it in makes better sense. So the first one is Dark Days The Forge. There is a feeling you get at the beginning of an adventure. You feel it in your veins. The channels, your heart starts pounding, beating only for discovery. My name is Carter Hall, and this is my final journal. I have lived many lives, but I still remember that night like it was yesterday. A young boy had spied something in the sky, a light, and we rode out together, my princess, my advisor, our guards, all to see what it was. We could feel it in the air, the start of something big. Something was coming, something wondrous. A message from the gods, perhaps? A sign? But it was no sign. It was a clue to the greatest mystery in the history of mankind, and it was written in metal. Now, the Bermuda Triangle. Record message. The tremors started 40 minutes ago and have only grown worse. I don't know if the rest of the research team made it out in time. It's too late for me. The lava will engulf the base in minutes. I stayed to protect what we've just learned. I keep reading and rereading the data, hoping it comes together, hoping what I thought I saw wasn't true. People need to know. People need to understand. There's something wrong with the Earth's core. There's something in the metal. Dr. Madison, the only way out is through the volcano. Get in. Batman? Pressure mounting. Compensate. We just need to break through into the open ocean. Temperatures surpassing safe levels. Suit will not hold. I said compensate, darn it. I see them. Aquaman, get him to the surface. What about you? I need to retrieve the data card from my pressure suit. The lava flow will consume that behemoth in seconds. Leave it. I can't. There. The others? My friends are pulling them to shore now. No casualties. Thank you, Aquaman. Batman, this was a Wayne Enterprise black site, an off-the-books drilling operation in my domain. You weren't just keeping this place hidden from the surface world, you were keeping it hidden from Atlantis. From me. What are you looking for, Bruce? With what I know is locked underneath Atlantis, is it really a question you want me to ask? What we need to be asking is simpler than that, Arthur. What are they hiding? He can look all he wants, but he won't find out. Lady Blackhawk to control. Bring me home. Mogo, home of the Lantern Corps. Hal Jordan of Earth. I'm temporarily pulling you from active duty. I have a private mission for you of paramount importance. This mission must remain secret from your fellow Lanterns, particularly your fellow Earthmen. This isn't going to be one of those happy secret missions, is it, Ganthet? There are rumblings in every corner of this universe, whispers of a stirring in the dark. A terrible truth is coming to light on your home planet, and we must not let it. Wait, these are the coordinates? This is the source of the threat? Is there a problem, Hal Jordan? Wayne Manor, Gotham City. No problem at all. There's more spooky crap in this place every time I visit. Alright, let's find what's got Ganthet's robes in a bunch and get the heck out of this mausoleum. I don't think so. Sorry, Green Lantern, I'm on strict orders from Batman. Nobody is allowed in the cave right now, not even family. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Thought I read that little ring of yours didn't work on Yellow. It does if you know what you're doing. That doesn't make any sense. Glad to see Batman still recruiting teenagers. You're new, aren't you? What's your name? Yellow Robin? Canary? Big Bird? All you need to know is that Batman left me here with a job to do, and that if you don't get out of here right now, you're going to regret it. Aw, you're doing the voice and everything. Seriously, kid, what's your name? Duke Thomas. I don't have a code name yet. What are you doing? Scanning for something. There. Hey, come back here. Die. Her name is Elaine Thomas. The campus, 1 mile beneath Philadelphia. She seems charming. She was once, before the Joker toxins ripped her mind apart, before her son Duke had her moved to Wayne Manor. I made her the offer many years ago, the offer to join a secret battle that stretched back to the dawn of time. An offer to live forever. She didn't take you up on it, I'm guessing. So, why is this the great and powerful immortal man walking down memory lane? Mrs. Thomas reactivated briefly a few weeks ago. I've been monitoring to make sure she hasn't revealed anything she shouldn't to anyone she shouldn't. But she remains incapable of divulging our secrets, no matter how hard the Batman pries. We needn't worry about her. Our secrecy is paramount to our success. The world of the public heroes is careening toward a crisis unlike anything they've seen before. And it will be up to the immortal men to preserve mankind's future, if any of this survive long enough to see it. From that night on, that fateful night in the Egyptian desert, my story is well known. The ship was made of a mysterious substance called the Nth Metal. It gave me, my wife, and our mortal enemy, Hathset, eternal life, sending us into a cycle of reincarnation. Shira and I fighting on the good side, Hathset on the evil of that. We were born hundreds, even thousands of times over, cast against each other. But the truth is, sometimes in those dark moments, those moments in between lives, before being born again, I could catch glimpses of something bigger, a mystery behind our lives, our story. Something terrifying, something on a scale I'd never seen before. A dream, no, not a dream, a nightmare, echoing through the metal. So I began following a mystery of my own, something I told no one about, not until now, here in these pages. Lunar Batcave, the moon. A mystery that would take me places I never dreamed. Computer? Send a message to Lucius. Black Site 14 is down. I want Site 15 up and running within the week. Keep this one away from the oceans. Create uplink to the shadow drive, adding new geological data for comparisons. So it was as bad as you thought it would be. What did my T-Spears ever do to you? Throw off the calibration of my computers. I didn't realize you were back in our universe, Michael. This mystery of yours has made me a little queasy about crossing back and forth. It seemed time I came home for good. But Mr. Terrific keeps his promises. Here's all the data I could gather from the other world. Have you told anyone what we've been working on either Earth? I didn't put fair play on my jacket for laughs. I know what's at stake. When the Batman comes and says he needs a second set of eyes to help see the big picture, you don't break that trust. And now, how is that big picture looking? I'll be honest, Batman, I have an IQ of 179, but I have no idea what any of this means. The frequency that's being generated across the world is growing stronger, but it's not steady at all. It seems random, like a compass spinning wildly out of control. That just sparked something, didn't it? There's nothing on this earth that I know of that could get you a clean reading on this data. It would take something massive, something practically cosmic in scale. Yes, it will, and where it leads me, there might not be any coming back. And Michael, I'm going to need you to do something while I follow this path to the end. I have already extracted the molecules I needed from his body. We all agreed he was too unstable, that there was no end to what we could do if we weren't careful, but I'm going to need him for what comes next. It's time to let him out of the box. You're darn right it is. The Batcave. Seriously? Only Batman would have a secret cave inside his secret cave. I told you, you're not supposed to be here. What is this place? Oh, I can clear that up for you. Don't look at me. I didn't say anything. Ring. How many life signatures ahead? Cannot comply. Interference. This doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't, would it? A mystery never does at first. Mystery? Oh yes. Our friend with the pointy ears has been following it for years now. Alfred, is that you? It all started with a tooth, a metal tooth that could bring the dead back to life. The bedrock of an organization that stretched back centuries. The Court of Owls, right, Dick? I mean, if you're not Alfred, you have to be. You see, a metal shouldn't be able to do what this Electrum could do. No compound of gold or silver could make the dead Talons walk again. And so Batman had his thread, and he pulled. And he extracted something from the strange metal. a substance he had never seen before, a metal that science couldn't explain. What's wrong? My ring, it's burning. Oh, you can feel it, can't you? The power, so could he, and it consumed him. What was this strange metal? What was its connection to the owls? Why did it share an energy signature with so many of the most powerful artifacts on the planet? So, he formed the first team, the team of many tasked with investigating all this, a team that could move outside Batman's usual realm of influence. Together, these outsiders would operate without the knowledge of the Justice League, the government, or even his precious Bat family, uncovering truths more hidden about the metals. Wait a second, Batman has a Black Ops team? Something's really wrong here. I've been every corner of the universe, and my ring's never done this before. We should fall back. Oh, no, you can't do that. I've been dying for the chance to see you both face to face. We're all connected, you see. I was hoping someone would come meddling. It's been so lonely down here. Look, I'm done kidding around. We're talking about Batman. You think I don't know he has secrets? If he's been putting together some kind of mystery for years and hasn't told me, he has a reason. Oh, and you can't turn back now. The next bits are the best part. It all has to do with a liquid metal shimmering in green, a metal that changed everything. They called it Dionysium. But he wasn't the only one who found it, was he? No. What the heck is going on in here? Who are you? Oh, I think he's starting to put the pieces together, just like I did. You see, he was dragged into this world for a reason. The same reason I'm sure your celestial bosses sent you digging for answers. Show yourself, because Batman is getting closer to the truth. Cannot comply, anomaly detected. My arm's on fire. Let's go back to the cave. I can bring in the League. Something's very wrong here. No, we keep going. Oh, Mr. Green Lantern, are you afraid? I don't get afraid. Oh, I think you do. I think we all do. It's all in that moment of discovery, when you're about to learn something you will never be able to unlearn, something that puts all the pieces together, and you finally see the truth, and the world changes, and you know it'll never go back the way it was before. But if you're so very brave, then just open the door. You don't even realize when it happens. 1 minute you're following the clues, and the next they're pulling you forward, dragging you. For years I studied nth metal alone, trying to unlock the secret of its abilities. What I came to understand was that it was conducting energy, powerful energy, from somewhere beyond my understanding. I dug deeper, followed every clue I could find, until one day I got a glimpse of a story that began with the first men to walk the earth, 3 tribes, or rather 4. And something else. I was part of something bigger, something beyond my control. And I would do everything in my power to uncover what had been taken from me, a secret that stretched back to the dawn of my species, no matter what the cost. The Arctic Circle, the Fortress of Solitude. Clark, I know you're in there. Let me in. You know, I wouldn't kill you. It wouldn't kill you to say please every now and then. I think it actually might. What's wrong, Bruce? You look worried. Your heart's racing. I'm fine. Bruce, there's a room you gave me years ago, deep under the fortress. I asked you never to look at what I put inside, and I never have, not once. I told you that the day would come when I would need to open that door, and that I would have to walk through it alone. Bruce, if this is too big for you, I'm right here. You know that, don't you? I do. Thank you. I do. It won't be long now. I'm not trying to keep people away this time. I swear that's not what I'm doing. I just need to understand what I'm looking at first. I've seen that door, Bruce. There's nothing from this world that could open it. I think that's why he called me. You built a secret room at the top of the world with one door and a lock that no human could ever unlock. What did you do to the key? I shot it into the sun. That's a joke, right? Right? Can you open it? They don't call me Mr. Miracle for nothing. Batman? That can't be what I think it is. You can't have been stupid enough to hold on to. Thank you, Scott. That will be all. Batman, whatever has brought you here, you need to turn back now. That will be all. I wish I could go back to that moment and warn myself. I write this journal for anyone foolish enough to pick up my trail. Whatever you do, do not follow in my footsteps. Like a compass. Computer, run all vibrational data through the tower. We should be able to track the exact dimensional frequency of the dark energy. Receiving data. It's time then. Time to see what's in the dark once and for all. I beg you, whoever might be reading this, however many generations might have passed, Batman, what the heck have you gotten yourself into this time? Oh, I can tell you that. Do not follow the mystery of the metals. This is a mystery that stretches back to the dawn of time. It's bigger than all of us, and it sure is bigger than you. Some mysteries are best left unsolved. Some doors best left unopened. You don't understand. All that was just a cruel joke. Because through them, all you find is horror. You're just another couple of pieces in Batman's puzzle, just like me. Alright, we've moved on to the next part of the metal crossover. This is called The Casting. In Cairo, they had called me an adventurer. In Athens, they called me a philosopher. But at all my small museum in the quiet American city of St. Roch, in the first decades of the 12th century, I was an archaeologist. The job itself never changed. The human story is a mystery told by a billion unreliable narrators, and for the duration of our species, I have been nothing more than a detective. The mission was always the same, to to carry forward the torch of discovery and reveal the secrets hiding in the darkest shadows, the truth buried deep beneath millennia of human memory. We had found them over many lifetimes, lurking out of sight in human history, unchanging, all-seeing. We had long heard rumors of the rhyming demon of Camelot, brothers who keep secrets and mysteries, a man as old as America, the grove of ancient humanoid plants, keepers of mysteries and secrets, of sorcerers, shining knights, cavemen, and phantom strangers of all stripes. None had ever thought to bring them together, the immortals. I told them what I now knew, that our lives did not begin in Egypt, that they began generations earlier. The dark priest Hathset had not cast us down this path of reincarnation. He had taken our past away from us. He had obscured the truth behind the metal we wore in our wings and belts in service of something darker than mortal could comprehend. A figure stepped from the back. His voice was like the low rumble of thunder. He spoke of the metal that changed everything and the terrible being that it had brought forth. The being from beyond all our understanding. Algol, do you see what I see? Yes, Miss Seward, I do. The being that was cast out and sought desperately to return, to tear down all that was light in the world and drag it into the dark, and the truth would hit us like lightning. Manatha, Greece. Enough, Amphitryon. This human falls under the protection of the Mysaria. I am certain Batman was about to politely ask for a safe passage to your patron's temple. I was going to do that next. You should have called me, Bruce. This is not a part of the world any mortal should walk alone. I promise you, Diana, I wouldn't be here if it weren't absolutely necessary. I'm so darn close to the answers I need to make sense of all I've seen. I need someone with a greater perspective, someone who was there when this was all set in motion. How did you discover the entrance to this place? I found a scroll from the dead cult of smith workers buried in the Alps, dating back to 200 A.D. They describe the treacherous path to the great forge of Hephaestus. They would throw themselves in the fire when they reached it. They would become the fuel of his creations themselves. And that's what you wish, Bruce? Make yourself a sacrifice to the gods? There are easier ways. Diana, I need to speak with him. I'm sorry, Bruce, but you're too late. The gods have abandoned Earth. They've barred the gates of Olympus behind them. Why would they leave? I shouldn't be telling you any of this, Bruce. I believe a war is coming. A war that will not only shape the earth, but the cosmos themselves. A crisis that will shake the very firmament and douse the light of creation. I can see in your eyes that you can see it coming too. How can you know, thinking of the gods? I know fear, Diana. Use your lasso if you think I'm hiding anything from you. I'm not. The further I follow this mystery, the more frightened I become. Every question leads to more questions. I hoped Hephaestus would be able to shine a light into the darkness. He may still. Before I came to you, I had a vision. great hound, war form of Hephaestus, sat before me with eyes of fire and told me I would need to come here and that I would need to give you this. This is the Sunblade, Bruce. It was created for Apollo at the dawn of the human civilization, one of the 12 weapons created for each of the pantheon. Humans are not meant to know that these weapons even exist, let alone wield them. They were forged with the most powerful metal Hephaestus ever worked with. He called it the 8th metal. It is not the pure form you seek, but if you follow its light, it will guide you where you need to go. The 8th? Mark my words, Bruce. The gods have given you the sun to light your way. Do not throw it away for the darkness. And most of all, be wary of the gods. They have their own agendas. So do I. There's something beginning in the world, and somehow I found myself at its center. It's as though I can hear a message calling out from the shadows, but the more I listen, the more it sounds like laughter. The Batcave. Do you see the big picture yet, Green Lantern? Or am I going to have to spell it out for you with big plain letters? We've listened to enough of your insanity, Joker. There isn't a single reason we should trust a word you say. Just thinking about Batman locking you away down here for God knows how long. Trust me, GL, I'm going to have a talk with Batman when he gets back. Why so angry, Duke? Is it because you're the also-ran? The not good enough to get the real job, Robin? Or is it because the last time I saw you, I poisoned your parents past the brink of sanity and tried to have them shot right in front of your impressionable eyes? I'll hurt you. Get back, Duke. You don't want to mess with that energy field. See, I haven't had fun like this in ages. That's how it all started, you know. A bit of fun. I cut off my face and thought I'd kill his whole family. You know how it is. Get rid of the kids and rekindle the romance, the old flame. But it turns out he likes the brats, so there I was tumbling down into the deepest corner of the Batcave cave, and splash. I must admit, I thought I was gone. Until I woke up in the dark, and this shimmering green metal was running all over me, stitching my wounds back together, putting my face back just right. And then I saw it, towering over me, a marking on the wall, older than Gotham, older than civilization, the bat behind the bat. I needed to know more, and there were people, they knew, the owls knew, that lunatic, crazy quilt knew. You see, it was all a great conspiracy, the pieces planted for generations. Birds had become bats, light had become dark, sanity had become insanity. It was coming. I could feel it in me. Even when I wasn't myself, I could feel it in my head, an echo in the shadows calling the real me back to the surface. I'm sure you know what I mean, Duke. You must have felt it too. You're probably feeling it now. That pesky little force field sure is reacting strangely to your body, don't you think? You did this. I don't know how you knew. Then you're not listening. It's still in me. It's still in you. It's all around us. I just needed to create a circuit to escape, and you did a job wonderfully. No, won't let you get free. Defensive measures activating, cutting power to sub-cave alpha. Smile protocol in effect. See, the dark is coming. GL, light up the room. I can't let him get away. Darn it, I can't. Ring's still shorting out. I don't know what the heck is happening. Oh, I know how this story's going to end. Because it's all happened before. The immortal spoke of the tribes of the dawn of man, the arrival of the strange metal that would change everything, brought to this world by the tear of the fabric of reality, and the demon that rose from the dark and nearly conquered us all. At first we didn't believe. The scale of what we were telling us was too huge, too frightening. We set out to confirm their story, to find any evidence it was all a lie. But instead we found countless paintings on every continent, hidden in the deepest caves, all telling the same dark story. They spoke of the Hawk tribe, where my story had truly begun. Though I did not remember it, they spoke of the betrayal by the Judas of the birds, who sided with the demon. The demon who took the sigil of the great and terrible bat, the plague bringer, the scourge of mankind. My wife and I, we died fighting it back in the dark from whence it came, shuttering the door between it and our world. That was the truth hath severed us from by recreating the scene millennia later. He, the emissary of the same dark forces that nearly fell humanity before it could begin. Birds and bats, forever at war. The immortals told us the metal was cursed. It needed to be eliminated, as its power came from the same darkness that begat this great destroyer. But this strange metal had been so much more to us. It had brought us wonders, brought us wings, and countless lives. I knew I had understood more. I needed to see the place from which the power came. It took decades to build the technology we needed. We recruited adventurers from around the world who shared our values, our certainty that the nature of the cosmos was benevolent. We wouldn't allow ourselves to be beaten down by the unknown. We would challenge it. The wizard's knife gave us the power we needed to chart our way into the darkness. We were ready to understand the true nature of things outside and the world around us. I remember Shara's hand in mine, holding tight as the switch was flipped. Then I remember the earth shaking, as if it had been torn apart, and the screaming. As I stared in the darkness where Challenger's mountain had stood, I felt a chill down my spine. Then I saw the eyes of something great and terrible staring back at me through the abyss. Eyes waiting in the dark, waiting for something, someone. Sonoran Desert, Arizona. Computer, access the shadow drive, record new audio file. I feel like I'm running out of time. 60 miles from the coast of Greece, the Sunblade began to vibrate in reaction to an unknown source that has led me here, a secret base of unknown origin deep under the Sonoran Desert. Searching for answers, and all I find are more mysteries. Send an alert to Black Lightning. I'll need the outsiders to scour the surroundings and... Batman, you must turn back. Dubalex, this is a Cadmus base? No, Batman, that is what it was. What it has become is far darker. The DNA Project had tracked the beings with it in their blood, and they began to activate them with a power source they did not understand. What are you saying? What caused this? The metal you seek is cursed, Batman. The energy in it is roiling and dark. Everything it touches, it corrupts. See for yourself. See the damage it has wrought. Too weak, cannot hold the psychic projection. You must turn back now, before it corrupts you too. I feel its grip tightening on you. You need to tell me where this metal is. I need it to see what's coming. No, Batman, run. He fought so bravely to prevent me from taking my birthright. I almost pity the creature. Hello, beloved. It's been a long time since, beloved. What are you doing here, Talia? The same thing as you, I suppose. You seek something of great power, and it eludes your grasp. But nothing eludes the grasp of the demon, Bruce. What does Ra's al Ghul know, Talia? At the dawn of the 20th century, my father and others of his ilk came together to discuss a great mystery. One of them produced a powerful dagger made of the strange metal you seek. My father spent decades trying to reacquire it. He ultimately succeeded, picking it from the ruins of a private military base in the Rocky Mountains. He supposed the right people would pay good money to tap into its power. So, you've come to do your father's bidding. No, Batman, there have been secret battles to suppress the power of this metal for decades. But its power has only grown with time, tainting more and more. True war is now inevitable. You must know this. You have one of the potentials living under your roof. I came for the knife to ready myself for war. It darkens day by day, its terrible power growing. I've heard rumblings, Leviathan moving against you, the great assassin you brought back into the fold. You have nothing to fear from the silencer, Bruce, nor from me. Talia, what if I could offer you a trade, the 8th form of the metal for the 9th? You would trade light for darkness? You would give me the power of a god? The world is at a moment of great imbalance. I would help the mother of my son, the daughter of my enemy, so that should the moment come where I need to call upon her for a greater favor, perhaps she'll answer. Very well. They say you can hear the name of the wizard who forged the dagger when you hold it in your hand. That it carries a small piece of his great power, the power of Shazam. We need light, darn it. I'm trying. Joker, show yourself. I can't let him dig any deeper. There is no telling what will happen next if he does. He doesn't understand how important he is, not like I do. What is that thing? It's some kind of machine. I don't get it, Joker. Where's the joke in all of this? This isn't funny. Get away from... Don't you understand? This is what your alien bosses sent you here to stop. If he uses the machine, that'll be the end of everything. No. Oh, Duke, I see why you're so angry. You've never quite fit in here, have you? No matter how much Batman pretends you belong, like the giant penny or the T-Rex, there's something different about you. Shut up. Aren't you curious? Isn't there a part of you that wants to know why Batman picked you? Why I picked you? Did you know at Gotham Mercy Hospital there's an automatic flag that goes up when something unusual is detected in a blood sample? It's a kind of metal toxicity, but they can't really track any of the effects because it sure as heck isn't iron. It's not even mercury. The first doctor to put that flag up, the program only gave him 4 characters to designate the flag, but he did the best he could, and I've seen that file for both you and your mom. META. And Batman's been tracking as many of you as he can for years now. Don't you see? A whole new generation of superheroes and supervillains. The soldiers of the war that'll rip this world apart. Tell the computer to pull up the meta file sometime. You can see it all for yourself. People with that crazy metal running through their veins. You've seen what it can do to other forms. Can you imagine what it does to people? What am I saying? Of course you can. You know the truth, Duke. You know what you are here. You'll see in the dark. That's all you are, Duke. That's the role you're destined to play. You are the signal, and I can't allow that, so I'm going to have to kill you now. No, I won't let you. And the signal goes dark. And now to write the grand finale of the Sword Tale, so we can get back to the good stuff. Bats and clowns, not bats and birds. This has gone on long enough. You're darn right, Joker. There's something you probably should have known before you knocked me into Bat's underground hangar. I'm a decorated member of the United States Air Force. Your story time is over. No. There was a time I believed that the world got a little better every time we solved one of the great mysteries. When we mastered a law of nature with our wit and our science, I felt like we were marching onward and upward toward the kind of utopia of science and wonder that first captured my imagination when I saw the Thanagarian ship crashing in my life of Khufu. We were scientists, we would discern. We thought they came bearing gifts and knowledge. Now I know the reason they brought the 9th metal here. They came to warn us of what they knew was on the other side. They didn't come to help us move forward into the light. They were here to stop us in our tracks, so the universe would never fall prey to the ambitions of a small world that even millennia later could barely get past its own moon. This is the final entry in my journal. I believe I've found the way to penetrate the barrier of our reality and enter the dark myself. I still believe in my heart that there is wonder and hope out there in the unknown, at the center of all this incredible power, but that hope seems more foolish with every passing day. I feel the encroaching darkness planting doubt deep beneath my soul. The others, even my wife, believe that the mystery is and always has been a trap dragging us into nightmares, begging us to let those nightmares free and destroy our world. And it's true, our enemy has grown stronger than I could ever imagine. They keep killing my spies as I get closer to determining their plans. I've done my best to avert their endgame. I'm entrusting this journal and the terrible secrets with the family that has always been most loyal to the birds, with the command to hide it unless I fall and the beast comes again. Then, and only then, will the journal reveal itself. They know how important this is, that they must stay far from the dark and frightening truth lurking under the world, trying to force itself through. I stand with my torch facing the dark. I believe I will find something out there, a glimmer of potential, But I know that I am likely wrong, that all I will find is the darkness itself. I walk toward my end alone, so that no man could ever be foolish enough to follow. What's so funny? It's happening again. No matter what I do, it just keeps coming. Everything is going backwards, and neither of you understand. You don't even realize that this time I was being the good guy. A dark crisis is coming, and here you are, two bright burning lights calling it forward. GL, something's wrong. I mean, come on, how is that not funny? It's like I can feel something getting closer. All the pieces are connected, and the puzzle always comes together in the form of a bat. No. Duke? The Joker, where did he... Jordan? What the heck did you do to my cave? What did I do? This was the Joker. You let him out? You have any idea how many Justice League bylaws you're breaking for locking up one of the most dangerous people on the planet in your basement without telling anyone? Yeah, Bruce, I do. I needed him. For what? To fill every gap in this insane conspiracy theory with lies? Secret metals with incredible power shaping human history? I mean, come on. And based on what you told the League, you can't even be sure that was the real Joker. Bruce, we need to explain what's going on here. I've spent a long time putting together these pieces, finding what I needed to look back into the dark. Back? I called this my final invention. It was designed to help ensure the city would always have a Batman. But before it was finished, I died at the hands of the Joker, and that would have been the end of my story if not for the metal, if not for the Dionysium. I would have lost my life, not just my memory. Ultimately, I used the machine to reconstitute myself. But the metal still nestled in the cracks of my skull, and when the machine activated, saw something impossible. Impossible versions of myself, dying over and over again. Nothing in the machine I built could have given me those incredible visions. It was the metal, this incredible, powerful metal, this metal I couldn't escape in any facet of my life, as though it were targeting me over and over for some unknown reason, as though it wanted me to understand it. I began to rebuild the machine from the ground up. I wanted to look inside the dark, to the source of the metal's power. I knew that once I did, it would all come together. It would all make sense. Whether you've been doing it in here caught the attention of the Guardians of the Universe, Batman. And doesn't that give you pause? Why would a mortal man on a backwater world doing a little bit of archaeology require interference of galactic peacekeepers? Why does your ring, the most powerful weapon in the universe, cower in the face of a pure strain of this strange, impossible metal? The Joker said you brought me in to study me like some kind of experiment. The Joker lies, Duke. I never tried to shape you. I only wanted to be there when you decided what you were going to become. This was supposed to be the end of it all. I have the dimensional frequency of the energy locked, and with the dagger I have the power to see the truth at the heart of the mystery. Whoa, that dagger, it's doing something to me. It's like I can see the whole machine still together, made of light. I see where this belongs, how it fits together. I can see where the light was. I don't know how to explain it. The Joker said this would happen. How could he know? Hal, I know this makes you uncomfortable, but the night is getting blacker every minute, and this evil is far out of sight. Yeah, Batman, I know my oath. But alright, kid, this duplicate ring's just a loner, okay? And if what we've been going through today is any indication it's going to hurt a lot. You need to put all of yourself, all your will into the ring and show us what you see. Whoa, Batman, it's all here. Psycho pirates, masked, the owl's electrium, hyperelastic molecules, ancient Themyscirian and Atlantean artifacts, relics of the Order of Chaos. Together with your help, Duke, they'll all show me the way. Whatever you see in there, Bruce, I'm telling the Guardians, if this stuff can affect our rings, there's no telling how powerful it can be. I understand how, and thank you. There's a feeling you get at the end of an adventure. You feel it as the anxious quickening in your heart in every tentative footstep you take. It's the fear of what you've done to bring you to that point. The knowledge that whatever mistakes you've made are yours to own from here to eternity. It is the knowledge that there is no way back. At the beginning, your story burned white hot with possibility. You felt the fire in your veins, the need to know, to explore, to understand. And more than that, the knowledge you can chart your own course toward that greater knowledge, that you and only you control your destiny. But with every step forward, your story cooled and hardened, pulling you inexorably toward this singular ending, an ending you can no longer choose, an ending that chooses you. Bruce, from the Journal of Carter Hall. Bruce, what did you see? Darkness. What? I don't understand. I did everything right, but all I saw was darkness. Now, 3,000 miles below Gotham City, it is done. He has stared into the abyss, and we have hidden what lies within. The final seal is broken. After all these generations, the sacrifice is at hand. Let us see them. Let us see what he should have seen. If we had not prepared him correctly, the dark days are over. The dark nights are coming, and with them the true father of Batman. Alright, that's gonna do it. You guys have a good day or night. Thanks. Bye.